So, good evening. I'm actually doing a live stream. You guys have been crying out, Lee, where's the live streams? Why are you not living anymore? I'm actually enjoying my break, if I'm honest. But here we are. Podcast is a few days later than usual, but we are back again. It's not going to be pretty, so buckle up, put your seatbelt on. This is not going to be pretty at all because it's a season review. And yeah. Jez, happy birthday, my friend. I know it's your birthday today. Spam
happy birthday, Jez.
Happy birthday messages to Jez. He's 40 today.
Birthday, mate. Happy birthday. Have a good day.
How you been, fella? You right?
Oh, mate, it's been a wild weekend. Honestly, I didn't, being 60, 54 years of pain of Arsenal. But mate, it's been wild. It's been wild. I mean, I can't say enough for my wife and my mum for doing what they did. Massive party yesterday. It was amazing. I had guys that from Newcastle, guys I met up there. Like I had Chelsea fans, Spurs. It was wild. I swear to God, mate, it was. I can't say any more than that. It was fabulous.
No, I'm glad you had a great birthday, man. I really am.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, I'd love to have had all you guys there because you're proper Arsenal, and you'd have met up with guys you probably know, to be fair. Mate, I'll tell you what, I couldn't have been happier. And, 54 years of pain from the Arsenal, but you've got to laugh, haven't you? I just have to laugh, it's brilliant, mate. Brilliant. And Lee, thank you, mate, for your messages. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You made me laugh, right? So anybody who doesn't know, Jez texted me, right? And he said, I was walking through town in an Arsenal top and some fella come up to me and said, "Hi, Jez, nice shirt." And he said, "How do you know my name?" He goes, "Because I watch you on Lee Gunner's channel. I'm subscribed."
That is true. That was on Saturday. I was going shopping with my wife. We were going to Waitrose to get stuff and everything. And this fella came up. I had an Arsenal shirt on. And he said, "Jez, what Lisa said to you." And I actually turned around to the fella. And I said to him, "Do you want a selfie?"
Quality. Do you know what's funny, Jez? Is I was at Whipsnade Zoo when you texted me and my battery died, right? So that's why it took me so long. But I actually had a guy come up to me. I'll text you this. I had a Tottenham fan come up to me, a young lad. And as he's walking past me, he's gone, Rat Army. He goes, "I'm a Spurs fan, but I love your channel, mate. Keep up the good work." It's actually insane. Like for me, I'm still like, I get it quite a lot. And it's like, I don't really get it. It's like, for me, it's a little bit, oh my God, a bit cringe for me. But no, it's good. It is good. Like, listen, the reach this channel's had is mad. 26 million views nearly. And that's all down to you lot in the chat, man. You lot are crazy. I swear, you share my stuff everywhere. So big up to you. But
big up Eric, mate.
Yeah, come on, big up to Eric. Eric's a real one. Big up to you and your wife, Eric. Big up to both of you. But yeah, I'm glad you've had a good birthday, Jez. Kenny, yeah, I see your Instagram. I put it on my story, and we're gonna get into that. Yeah, so don't give too much away. But yeah, absolutely spot on. Agree with everything you said, mate. How you been?
I've just been doing my thing. Like I said, trying to avoid EastEnders like a plague. Watching a bit of TV, went out for a run, and still trying to digest what I've done wrong in actually wanting Arsenal to be on a level and pass Chelsea and Man City. I think I've committed a crime, and but in a day, mate, come on, arrest me.
Kenny, you crack me up. Big up to everyone watching live. Make sure you slap the likes up. I'm going to put everyone's socials in the description in a minute. Big up to everyone wishing Jez a happy birthday as well. Chig, how you been, baby? You back again?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right, man. Not too bad. I'm okay today. Sun's out. My kind of guns are out. So yeah, enjoying the weather.
Mate, I'm as pink as my shirt. I only ever catch the sun, like in terms of going sunburnt in England. Everywhere else in the world, I go golden. England, I'm like a crab stick.
Dude, the
Inside
English
the arms
sun,
are white, the
the
outside.
English sun don't suit you. It don't suit you at all.
Like, why do you think I bought a pink shirt, bruv? Like, it matches my skin tone. Mate, this is going to be lit, this show. Make sure you keep firing the likes up. And Afsal, back again. How's the golf going, man?
Yeah, I played golf yesterday. There's not much to do these days since we can't travel, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm looking forward to now the Euros. I mean, because I'm near Wembley Stadium, anyways. I'm like 10 minutes from it. I'm in Stanmore, so
Get
yeah.
a ticket.
Well, listen, I've you know what? I've only got semi-final tickets myself, and I had more, but you know they got taken. You know, because it was a limited capacity, a lot got taken away. I had group game tickets, but they got taken away.
Your dad's going back to Dubai, so I can go in his place. Just remember that.
Like, he's there, no, but then he'll be back. He'll be back by the semi-finals. So, well, let's hope England get there. If England don't get there, then you know it's not even worth going to the semi-finals. So. Yeah, but let's see how it is.
Send them my way. I'll still go. Stuff England.
Yeah, no, I'll go. If it's a good game, I'll go. I will go.
Yeah,
if it's someone like Portugal versus like France or whatever, then yeah. But let's see how that goes. But yeah, hope well. And yeah.
No, it's good, man. Listen, it's a for anybody who doesn't know, in England, it's a bank holiday today. So sun has been the weather's been amazing all weekend.
Brilliant
weather. But this bank holiday has been insane. Like literally, like I said, I'm like a lobster right now, like pink. Hence why I bought a pink shirt. But
it's coincided with most people's payday, so I think everyone's really enjoying it. Plus, it's post lockdown, so everyone's really taking an opportunity to enjoy something about the weekend.
It's nice to see people out and about, like with their families and that, man. Like I went for a walk earlier, and like walked through a park and that, like a massive park around where I am at the minute, and like. There was literally hundreds of people, like all having barbecues with their families and stuff. It's good to see, man. It's like things are slowly getting back to normality. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone's been cooped up for over a year. Like we felt it. You know, we've seen football feel it. That's no excuse for our dead football team, by the way. And then we come to Jez. Jez, sum up the season, mate. Like sum it up before we come to Chelsea, because we are going to come to Chelsea. So stay tuned, lock in, Chelsea fans, stick a like on the video, because we're going to all probably end up praising your club at some point through this video. But yeah, Jez, sum up Arsenal's season if you can.
Disappointing, dead. I actually, funny enough, mate, I was thinking about this before we went on stream. Arsenal, greatest club in FA Cup history. And last year, Arteta got a fluky one and took us out against Southampton in the 4th round. We're out of Europe. We ended up nowhere. And the possibility of not attracting any great players. And we could be in the, we are, aren't we? The Conference League of Europe, where
we're not in it, Jez. We're not qualified for Europe.
We're not in it.
We're not in Europe, Jez. First time since '95.
Oh, great. Even better. Oh, fantastic. So we don't play the junior players in that then. So well done, Arteta. You've broken, so many records this season. Yeah. I honestly think, Lee, in my drunken stupor, I think we should erect a statue to Arteta as the most failed manager in Arsenal's history. And that's my summing up of the season, because he is a complete and utter prick. And until we get rid of the dross in this club, we are going nowhere. If he's here to command the summer transfer signings, I have absolutely no hope. And thank you very much, Arteta, for ruining my 54th year of supporting Arsenal. Cheers. Thank you.
Mate, listen, I've done a lot of fan cams with you this season. So has Tom. Big up to Tom as well. We're going to be doing a lot of coverage on this channel. Chig's going to be involved as well. All of you guys will be involved, and we're going to do a lot for the Euros, man. I'm looking forward to that because now it's F Arteta. It's now Southgate out. There's Southgate out because we know he ain't going to pick the right team, and we know we're getting dumped out. It's going to be embarrassing.
I
Imagine we lose
can
Scotland.
just see Rashford and Sterling on the wings instead of Grealish and Foden. I want Grealish and Foden to start.
Mate, Sancho
he's going to play
in the reserves. It's just going to be a
You should
joke,
play.
man.
You got to play Grealish, Foden, and Kane up front, right? This guy's going to play Sterling, Rashford, and Kane. So yeah,
It's going to be mad. It's going to be mad.
and
Big up
Reece
to
James
Tony
should
as
be
well.
right back.
He says, happy birthday, Jez the legend, real one. You'll be partying like my team, the Super Bees. We're going up to the Prem. Listen, give us Ivan Toney, bruv. That guy is a bad man. He is a bad man. Big up Ivan Toney, but I'd love him at Arsenal. And thank you very much for your donation, my friend. Kenny, let me...
I think he looks like a good striker.
Bro, I've been telling everyone all season that guy's a real one, mate. And it's not just because my pals know him, it's just because he is actually a real one. It's like he is actually a top class striker. And do you know what I like about him? Is he's got arrogance with it as well, but he can finish. Yeah, that guy's movement is elite, mate. He's got world class ability and world class movement. And listen, he's always in the right place at the right time. You can't buy that shit. Well, you can. It probably costs about 45 million quid. But Kenny, let me come to you. Sum up the season, mate. Like obviously, we started with a win against Fulham, and everyone was getting hyped, like top four, and we ended 8th, no trophies, dumped out of everything. Are you like Jez? He's ruined your time supporting Arsenal this season because he's failed so much, or are you edging on the cautious side of, well, listen, it was COVID season?
Well, first and foremost, right, I'm not going to let a man like that ruining my life for my football club. He's just an employee, and he's dispensable, and he's hired help like the players and essentially the owners for as long as they're here. The club's always going to be there. The club's always going to be the star. In terms of this season, what did you expect? We lived off the FA Cup victory, and because we won the FA Cup, he got a life that he didn't really deserve. You know, people seem to forget we finished 8th under his season. We were like the goals for column under his management, and that season we won the FA Cup was an all-time low, and it continued into this season. Hence the fact that one of the reasons why we haven't qualified for Europe, and even hit the top 4, is because of the fact that we don't score enough goals. And he single-handedly changed the perception of how Arsenal play from being playing the attractive attacking football. He's made us into a compact team that doesn't score goals. And also what he's done is he's managed to confuse the players. So basically what's happened is he's changed formations, changed personnel, all to his detriment. And he's actually managed to get us into thinking that he deserves a lot of credit because he got rid of the dead wood. Well, I'm sorry. Managers are here to win football matches and get good results and actually get us up the table. They're not here to get credit for getting rid of the dead wood. That's done in season. And as for the excuses that, oh yeah, he had to deal with COVID, so did Liverpool, so did Chelsea, so did Man City, and so did Man United. All 4 of those teams, by the way, are in the Champions League next season. 3 of them all of them now in the group stages because Chelsea won the competition. The 2 English clubs we're going to get to it anyway. And that is a problem. What Arteta's already done, and I'll never forgive him for this, is that he's allowed and promoted the culture of anything we'll do. He's made us into a club where rather than being revolutionary and wanting to win, we're now evolutionary. And we've got a lot of acolytes on Twitter, in our fan base, especially the big accounts, who could blatantly go on podcasts and chat absolute bullshit promoting this guy and not give one single footballing reason about why this man should be in a job. It's all about COVID. He didn't have a full season, have a pre-season. Oh, who else will you get? That is not Arsenal Football Club. And that's why I'll never forgive this man. And he's on the shit list like Arsene Wenger is, because he has perpetuated a situation at the club where we lack ambition. And he's done it all by himself. And he's only been in 18 months. Well done, mate. We thought we were getting Pep. What we got is basically Sven-Göran Eriksson, a thief.
Kenny, I love it. I love the rant. But you know what? Yeah, it comes from the heart as well. Yeah. And like, I can't disagree. Like, at the end of the day, Kenny, right? We were very, very skeptical. Chig, you'll know this. Afsal, you're in the group as well. We need to add Jez to the group, by the way. But like, we all had like worries about employing an ex-player of the football club for exactly what has happened in the last 18 months of this manager being here. The fan base as a whole would give him a pass. They'd make every excuse. They'd just say, oh, but he needs money. Well, everyone needs money, didn't they? Did Emery need money? Did Wenger need money? Of course they did. Did they get it? No. Like, not towards the end. Although saying that, to be fair, Emery did get money and Wenger at times got money on certain players. But, you know, so has this guy. This guy spent so much money on crap that hasn't even played this season. Like Cedric Suarez, we gave him a 4-year deal off of the back of a loan deal when he was injured and never played. Here's another 4-year deal. You know, Pablo Mari, probably our best centre-back outside of David Luiz this season, barely featured. You know, we've spent money on other players across that team. He brought in Martin Odegaard. He's brought in Runnison, albeit a cheap sign. But these are all his buys, by the way. And it's like you go through the players that he's signed, and it's actually laughable. Willian. Like, Chig, let me come to you on Willian. Yeah. And give me your thoughts on the season as well. Like, you was one that was just like, yo, you rate Willian, bro. Like, you was on my neck from day, bro. Like, literally about Willian.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, listen, to be fair, even I couldn't envisage such a fall from grace when it comes to Willian, because I will be the first to say it. I said he was a good signing. I said he was a good player. Yeah. I didn't necessarily want Arsenal to sign him, but I thought he was a good player. But I don't even see that good player anymore. I just see someone with, for me, almost like a really foul attitude. And I think that's kind of, you know, been kind of hammered home by the fact that, you know, as soon as the season ended, we started hearing quotes about the fact that he wanted to return back to Chelsea. So you can see that his heart, his mind, his effort wasn't ever in Arsenal, which, if anything, is even more, that's even more for me, that's more reflective of our recruitment strategy, that we're not even buying players that even want to play for us for the season. You know, it seems like we had to throw money at him in order for him to stay at the club. And I think that's my frustration with Arsenal, because I put a tweet out there yesterday, right? And generally speaking, it was liked. Well, I got attacked by the usual Arteta defenders, right? That said, oh, you know, that's a silly tweet because the two clubs are not even in the same position. Of course not. I'm talking about the fact that you had two clubs early in the season, two clubs that had, I'm not going to say two legends, because Arteta definitely ain't no legends, right? But that had two former players in charge of their clubs, right? They had two difficult decisions. One club was able to make that decision. The idea that you would have even suggested, if it was Arsenal in Chelsea's position, and you said sack Arteta because we're seventh, you would have, the fan base would have been infighting. But Chelsea were like, no, seventh ain't good enough. We were 15th.
Yeah, bruv, they were ninth. Couldn't agree. They were 4 points ahead of us in ninth.
We couldn't even agree on that.
Yeah.
Right? And then we obviously didn't make the decision because, as per usual, we're just too slow. We're too scared to actually pull the trigger. Chelsea said, no, fuck this. and they did that. And they bring in Tuchel. You know, they bring in a manager who, let's be real here, oh, my hands up, I wasn't sure about. But I knew that at the very least, you know, this is a guy who is experienced, he's got discipline, and he'll be able to arrange him in such a way where I bet he started producing results. And lo and behold, he started producing results. And they played fantastically well. And they faced adversity. They faced pressure. They faced so much. Imagine that pressure they faced going into that Champions League final. Imagine Arsenal facing that same pressure. They would get smacked up. It would have been a record for all the wrong reasons. But Chelsea were like, you know what? Fuck this. We're not losing every final we get to. We'll take the big one. And they played amazingly well. For me, they deserved it. You know, but I wasn't rooting against them. I was probably the only Arsenal fan in the world that wasn't rooting against them. I was just enjoying the match for enjoying the match.
I didn't even watch it. I can't lie. I didn't watch it.
And when they won, I was happy for them.
And anyway, I'm sorry to cut you, Chig, yeah? No, I'll let you finish, but let me just say this. Anyone who watches the show I do with Matisse, Toby, and Corey on a Wednesday on Matisse's channel, and any show that I do with Rants, would know for weeks and weeks I've said Chelsea will win that final.
Yeah, you said it in the group chat as well. You did.
And them streams that I've done recently in the last couple of weeks, anyone who's watched them, I think the one with Rants especially, I said if Chelsea go 1-0 up, it's game over for City. Yeah? Because they'll just park the bus and they'll just counter them. And I've watched the highlights, but sorry, Chig, go on.
No, that's all right. I think literally, lastly, all I'll say is that I wonder if we'll ever see a day where Arsenal are as ruthless as Chelsea. Because I was told yesterday when I put that tweet out, congratulating Chelsea that, you know, one club were able to make a decision, the other club weren't, and we can see the results, right? I was told, oh, I'm a muppet because the two clubs are not in the same position. Why is that? Why the fuck is that? Anyway, that's all I said.
Chig, let me say something, Chig, yeah? Right. All you get when you put out well done Chelsea, because I've put a tweet out that's gone semi-viral, 6,000 odd likes, etc., saying time to accept they're bigger than us, yeah? And they are. And we're gonna go into that in a minute, yeah? Right. Before I come back. Yeah. But let me say this, yeah. I didn't watch the game. I maybe watched about 15 minutes from 30 minutes to half time where they got the goal. Shy Havertz, yeah, that's what you pay the big bucks for. Cometh the hour, cometh your record signing, yeah. But they trusted that record signing to play in their biggest game of the season. Our record signing would have been sat in the fucking reserves, mate. Yeah,
listen,
and different, right?
As much of a joke as Tino Werner is made out to be, you best believe he was running that defense ragged. He was running that defense ragged midweek. I was proud of his efforts, to be honest, because even though he's not a good finisher, he's not. I'd be more worried if he's not getting into that position and he's not working that defense.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Chelsea fans have nothing to worry about when it comes to that guy. He'll get it right.
100%. And let's be real, he costs the same price as Lacazette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know which one I'd have, but anyway, we'll come to that shortly. Big up to everyone watching live. Smash the likes up, people. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to put everyone's links in the description. I'm going to do that right now after I've read this before I come to AFSAL. League One unconvincing, FA Cup unconvincing, League Cup unconvincing, Europa unconvincing. How have we decided a manager that makes us feel like the underdog in each game is the Messiah to save us?
Exactly.
Well said. Great comment, man. Big up to you, Jonathan. Always a real one. And thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. But listen, Ascal, give me your thoughts, man. I'm going to go for a piss while you do that. I will be listening because I'm literally just there. But give me your thoughts, man.
Well, yeah, so obviously when Lampard got sacked, we were 2 points behind them. That's the difference between a big club and a not big club. A big club, both teams were around mid-table. The big club sacked their manager and from 9th position got top 4, got to the FA Cup final and won the Champions League. the club that doesn't act so big stayed in that position. Well, finished 8th. So that's the difference between the two clubs. I watched the game, obviously, and Chelsea fully deserved it. For me, Pep Guardiola has a lot of blame to take for that. As soon as I saw that lineup, I said to myself, Pep's done it again, because every year in the Champions League, he seems to overthink a lot. And for some reason, he overthought the final. I mean, I know Chelsea beat them twice in previous weeks, but why would you overthink a final like that, especially when you've played a DM in your previous 60 games that has won you the title, and then you decide not to play a DM in the biggest game of your season, or in fact your Man City career. So that was very strange, but huge praise to Chelsea. They fully deserved it. For me, they were just the better side from minute one. They defended brilliantly. Rudiger, Christensen, and that Reece James were fantastic. Kante, wow, what a player. World-class player. He was all over KDB. KDB couldn't even get a kick in. And then, as Chig said, yeah, Werner, the unsung hero. People won't talk about him because he doesn't score goals, but you know what? Yeah, the last few matches when I've been watching Chelsea, he's been doing a lot of the creative work. Like Firmino for Liverpool, he doesn't score many goals, but he does a lot of creativity. That's what Werner was doing. Werner's been playing like a false nine, and he did that brilliantly the other day. And obviously Mason Mount, who's been their best player the whole season with that brilliant pass for the goal. For me, well, I'll wait till Lee comes back before I make this comment, but for me, it's like they've won 2 Champions Leagues now. They've left us behind, unfortunately. They really left us behind, and we were all laughing at them mid-season. When they were losing games under Lampard, and we were laughing at them. They sacked the manager, and they ended up winning the biggest trophy. So, I think those people who are laughing at them really have got egg on their faces, for going on and on, And Lee's back. Lee, I was just saying that, mid-season when we were 2 points behind them when they sacked Lampard, our whole fan base was laughing at them. Remember? Do you remember? Yep. They were all laughing. It's like it's a recurring thing.
Mate,
every year.
Our fans didn't want Thomas Tuchel. No, they didn't want him.
So this year we laughed at Chelsea mid-season, and they go and win the Champions League. Last season they laughed at Liverpool and they didn't get unbeaten, but they won the league by 19 points. Yep. The season before, I think they laughed at they did laugh at Liverpool, and also they laughed at there was other teams they were laughing at. Every year there's a certain team we laugh at, and every year that same team comes to the end of the season and either wins the title or wins the Champions League or something.
But don't worry, like we're second since Christmas, mate.
Listen, yeah, right. First of all, right, how can you take those stats into consideration, right? Well, what does that even mean? We're third since Christmas. What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means exactly the same as Unai Emery was an invincible for 22 games.
So last year we were fourth since last year when Arteta joined. We were in December 2019. We were fourth until the end of the season. So everyone thought, we were fourth since Arteta's joined and we won an FA Cup. So we'll automatically make progress and maybe finish third or second, right? Is that what they thought?
Yeah.
Being third since Christmas doesn't mean anything, because it's about, first of all, it's 38 games to a season, not 23, 24 games to a season. And second of all, it's about consistency, right? Yeah. You're trying to say, that's trying to say, look, any team can lose the first 10 games of the season, and then the next 28 games, they can win 15 and draw 10. They'll probably be third since Christmas, but that doesn't mean they're going to finish in the top 4. It's just sugarcoating it.
If we went by the Christmas to now table, Fulham and West Brom would have stayed up. So I look forward to playing both of them next season.
Exactly. And since Tuchel joined, by the way, they got more points than us, 4 more points than us. But you know what? The other narrative is we beat Chelsea twice this season. That's
Mate,
the
do you remember
new.
when do you remember when Leicester won the title, but we won the beat Leicester twice title?
Yeah, so we beat so just like we beat the European champions twice this year. So
Mate, it's pathetic.
not all
Actually,
is not
listen,
all
man.
is that bad. Not all is that bad. You know, we beat the European champions.
Mate, it's
twice.
pathetic. And this is the same Chelsea. And big up to my boy Connor. Connor, my
Listen.
birthday, Saturday, bruv. I'm coming to you, yeah? I'm coming to you. Connor's birthday is the day after mine. Go and follow Connor's channel, Rusty Con Gaming.
One more thing, Lee. Do you know
Go on,
that day we beat Chelsea away, right? You got to remember, 3 days later they had an FA Cup final. 3 days after that, they had a big top 4 clash versus Leicester, and then just now they had the Champions League. So I don't think they were putting in all baskets in that game.
Mate, listen, they've got to an FA Cup final. They've won the Champions League. They finished 4th. If you had asked any Chelsea fan when they sacked Lampard if they had taken that, I think they would have all been knocking one out, mate.
I think everyone would have laughed if you said that.
Let me just say, big up to everybody watching live. I do appreciate it. Nearly 800 people watching. Smash the likes through the roof, people. Come on, man. Big up to everyone who subscribed recently as well. The subs are flying up, man. I do appreciate that massively. And everyone's links are going in the description now, because I forgot to do it a second ago. But everyone's links are going in the description now. So follow all the guys. Afsal's not got social media, but everybody else does. And their links are now fully in the description. So go and check that out. Jez, let me come back to you. Obviously, Chelsea did win the Champions League. Like I said, I didn't particularly watch the game. I watched 15 minutes from half hour to half time, and I was like, right, 1-0, that's game over. Because I said it before, I'll say it again. As soon as Chelsea go 1-0 up, you ain't beating them under that manager. But I wasn't surprised that they won it. I said they'd win it. I've said it for weeks. And is it now time, Jez? And I want to ask you this because, listen, you supported the club a lot longer than I have, mate, yeah? You grew up in the area. Is it now time to accept they're bigger than us? Jez?
Yeah.
So I thought you were asleep, mate.
No. I'm absorbing it in. Are they bigger than us?
When you're sorry, let me just clarify. Fan base, trophies, European trophies, standards, stadium, just everything, the whole package, sponsorship, the lot. Are they a bigger football club than us?
No.
You still don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Lee. Hard as it is to say, I know there's going to be so many people who talk. I'm talking bollocks. Yes, they've won the Champions League. Yes, and fair play to them. Big up those boys. We've won more Division 1s, Premier Leagues, FA Cups. We've been in the Division 1 Premier League than any other team in this country. So we're bigger than them.
Do you not class European record?
No.
And I'll tell you why I'm asking you that, because they're only second in this country.
Doesn't matter.
Let me say this. They're only second to Liverpool in this country for European trophies.
Right.
And then if you add in the fact they've won the same amount of Premier Leagues as we have, overall trophies, titles, for example, league titles, they're way behind. I think they're at level with Sunderland, I think. So obviously they're down the spectrum there. But if you look in the last 15 years, they're the most successful football club in this country. If you look at their global fan base, it's there or thereabouts the same, if not bigger. If you look at their income, it's there or thereabouts the same, if not bigger. If you look at wage bill, it's there or thereabouts the same. If you look at spend, they've spent in the last 5-6 years around the same as us. And if you look at the way they are ruthlessly with their managers, which comes from the ownership, they don't take the piss. The last 15 years, or 16 years as it is now, I think they've had 16 managers and won 16 trophies. If you take Community Shields out of the equation, they're 4 trophies behind us.
No. Lee, let's get it fucking right, yeah? Let's get it right here. Yeah, they won the European Cup. Yeah, great. Big up for you boys, and I'm happy for all my Chelsea fans. Yeah, great,
Yeah.
brilliant, well done. They ain't bigger than us, mate. They've been relegated out of Division 1 and all that. Arsenal, let's get it right. Let's put it fucking right. Arsenal have never been relegated out of Division 1 of the Premier League. Yeah? So let's put Arsenal on a pedestal here. I am.
Go on, Jez.
I am putting my team on a pedestal. You can say all this fucking shit about European competitions and you can do all this and all do that, and I'm jealous. Yeah, I am jealous. Yeah? Right, fine. Fantastic. We've won 14 FA Cups. We've won more fucking Division 1 competitions than them and Premier League. They might be, they might come in close. Yeah? Fine. They have not, when we talk about being a bigger club, the history of the Arsenal. Yeah? Let's put it right. I'm fucking fed up with all this bullshit. Oh, Premier League. Yeah, great, fucking great. Fantastic. Yeah? Bollocks.
The football didn't get invented in 93, mate. I totally agree with you. It was invented way before 93. And if you look at 93, but you know what? I was speaking to Tony Rolfe earlier, yeah?
I'm sorry,
Tony Rolfe made a very good point, yeah, that a lot of our trophies, title wins, were back in the
World War.
Yeah. So we're now in the 2020s. Like, you have to have been 100 years old to witness that, which I get. But he wasn't gloating with it. He's obviously Chelsea, right? He wasn't gloating with it. But you know what, Des? I personally think they're better than us and they're bigger than us. And the reason I say it... Go on.
No chance. Fucking no chance. Look, look, you got to remember, history is fucking history.
Cool.
Chelsea was shit for years in the 80s. They were fucking pony. It's only because they brought in a rich fucking manager, Abramovich, that put millions of pounds into that club, reinvest in their stadium, did this, did that. Sorry, I'm old school. I'm 60. And
today as well, happy birthday. Come on.
Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah, throw it in. But I'm sorry, mate. I remember the old times when Arsenal, and I still remember the old times, and I don't care what anybody fucking says. We are bigger than Chelsea, and we're fucking bigger than Spurs. So
we're definitely bigger than Spurs.
Well, that's no debate. That's never going to be a debate. Like,
Spurs don't win nothing, Jez. So like that, we could just brush that one under the carpet.
I don't give a fuck about Chelsea winning fucking Champions Leagues. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm talking about who's bigger in London. I'm sorry, if you want to put fucking trophies up about Champions Leagues and fuck all that bollocks, let's put up the FA Cups. Let's put up the Division 1 trophies and all that. And let's see what you fucking Chelsea want to say about it.
Jez, don't let it ruin your birthday, mate. Come on.
Mate, never ruin my birthday because I'm fucking there and I'm proper. You cut me in half today, son, and it says there, Arsenal hybrid.
Yeah, come on. You're Jez, I've learned so much about this football club by speaking to you, mate. And this is the beauty of YouTube. So, like, I'll always respect your opinion. Even if I don't always agree and vice versa. We always keep it sweet. Listen, you got my number for a reason, mate. Yeah,
mate, I love you. I love Kenny,
you too, mate.
But sometimes I can't agree, mate. I'm sorry. Fair play to Chelsea. Fair play to them. Big up to them. Well done. Thank you very much. But no, you ain't bigger than Arsenal, mate.
No, fair enough. Listen, Jez, it's your opinion, mate, and that's why you're on here, to give your opinion. Kenny, let me come to you. Do you agree with Jez, or do you think that it's now London is blue?
Well, the thing about it, Jez is 100% right. Historically, we are bigger than Chelsea because we have been in that division, in the top division for a long time. And obviously, remember, Chelsea when they had players like Mike Fillery, Peter Barotta, players like Peter Rhodes Brown, people like Tommy Langley, they were playing in the second division. We remember all those, and you got people like Ken Mankell. But the thing about it is that the danger we have at Arsenal, and one of the reasons why we have, is that we rest in our laurels after we did the double in 71. And it took for George Graham to rake the sleeping giant. And we're doing the same with the Invincibles. Again, we're resting our laurels. You've got people saying, well, how's this goal? Respect to that. You've got a Wazik, and I call him a Wazik because he is a Wazik. That after the Chelsea won the European
I haven't heard
Cup,
that word for years, by the way.
he's gone on said, well, with a picture of Arteta, no one could do what Arteta did, which is win the double. That's fair enough, but you're a Wazik for that. And what I'm trying to say is that it's not a case of what Chelsea are bigger or not, because we're obviously bigger, but we have to talk about the situation and find out what are Chelsea and Man City doing right that we're not, and find that, and shouldn't be ashamed of the fact that, well, hang on it, why don't we emulate what they're doing? Because in terms of the modern game, they are winning. Two teams that were behind us are in the Champions League final. Man City didn't win a trophy for 35 years.
Yeah.
Chelsea didn't win the league for 50 years. Before Abramovich came here, they won 7 trophies. Before Abramovich came to the club, 7 trophies. So basically, they're doing something right we're not doing. And what they're doing right is not just the money and expenditure for Chelsea and Man City, it's behind the scenes. They get the best people behind the scenes who are proper football people to make sure whoever comes in can't fail. Their academy is better than ours. They got the best boys in London than ours. Everyone talks about Hale End, but Cobham pisses all over Hale End. Manchester in the Northwest, the best boys in the Northwest go to Man City, not Man United. So they're doing something right that we're not doing, and we shouldn't feel ashamed to think, right, this is what we want the Cronkies to do. It's all about Cronky out. All right, you get Cronky out, you're going to get another billionaire to come in. What we want to do is, whilst Cronkies are here, or the next billionaire comes over, hold them to account and get the standards up high. We shouldn't be talking about the Invincibles. I got a video of the Invincibles. I won't watch it until we win the league again. Because
Kenny,
you know what?
Kenny, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Please? Yeah? I respect you as an Arsenal fan. I'm going to put this one question to you, mate. Are Chelsea bigger or better than Arsenal?
They're not bigger than Arsenal. They're not going to ever be bigger than Arsenal because the history is too deep. But in terms of what they're doing now in the present, they are better than us off the field. They've got the best people in football positions. You can't be a successful team unless you have the best people behind the scenes and the best academies. There is no accident that Chelsea can basically got loads of players who've gone on to be not just professional footballers for Chelsea, but they've gone to be professional footballers all over the place. So they're doing something right with their academies where their boys are playing for league clubs all over the world and on loan. And then they use that money as part of their transfer budget. They're doing something right. Their academies are better than us. We've got to get the right people in place. Why is Granavskaya able to get Real Madrid to pay millions of pounds for Hazard when he's on his last legs? What are they doing right? Look at Man City 22 years ago, they were playing at Wembley against Gillingham. They're doing something right.
They were getting slapped 8-0 by Middlesbrough a few years back, Kenny.
They've got Bukhari, the best people in the business behind the scenes, plus their academies are doing okay. What we have to make sure we got to catch up, because eventually, 5 years down the line, they are going to be bigger than us. We've got to stop this rot now. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's why I'm writing. That's why I won't have people going on and talking about the gold, Air One's gold, or Wazik saying we did a double over them. They are not putting Arsenal first. If you want to put Arsenal first, then you demand that we raise our standards and mentality changes. Because until the mentality changes, we're going to be in next year and a year afterwards talking about the same things. And guess what? They're going to win more. Man City are going to win the Champions League within those 5 years. And Chelsea are probably going to be on their 4th Champions League. And don't get me right, when Man United get it right, eventually, they'll be ahead of all of them because they're going to win more Champions Leagues. So Arsenal have to catch up and shouldn't feel ashamed and figure the Arsenal. And when people say it's the Arsenal way, well, let me tell you something. 30 years ago, the Arsenal way was 1-0 to the Arsenal, and then 20 years later, 10 years after that, it was Wenger. Wenger
And now
in
it's
terms of great fix.
now it's is yours gold.
So basically, what Arsenal fans have to do is hold the people under the can and say, look, we've had enough of pork chops going in our cannon, your mates, Lee, some of these from the football terrorists, going and disrespecting our cannon. We can't do nothing about it because guess what? They can. They can disrespect Arsenal. And I want this to stop.
No, listen, both of you are mad passionate, man.
Can I just throw in there?
Yeah, go on, Jez.
Sorry.
What you want to say, my guy? Go on.
Can I just say, just saw a couple of speeches there come up in the comments, yeah, about Arsenal, Chelsea and all that. Well, yeah, it's great. I'm happy Chelsea won the Champions League, and well done to them. Well done, fantastic. But let's not fucking forget the history, because everybody thinks about, Chelsea won more Champions Leagues and done this and done that in Europe. Yeah, great, fantastic. But guys, for fuck's sake, you Chelsea fans have not got the history of Arsenal and never will have, because you didn't win 3 fucking Division 1s on a trot in 1932 to 35 and FA Cup.
Jez, let me counter you there, yeah? Right, because the argument to that, from what I've read in the chat, and you're spot on to call them out as well, yeah? Because listen, it's friendly debating is what we're doing here. The chat, big up to all of you putting the comments in. All the guys on the panel as well have the right to reply, which is what Jez is doing. The counter to that is, Jez, people are saying, yeah, but who gives a shit about 1935? I do, but the majority of football fans now in the real 2021, nearly June the 1st, will say, yeah, but Jez, that was 100 or 90 years ago. Nobody cares about that. Yeah, football's evolved so many different ways and shapes and forms along the way.
The point
we care about it as older fans, but the modern day football fan don't care, Jez, is the counter.
Yeah, but the thing is, Lee, it's all right saying that, but if you can counter me with a team that's done that, yeah, and now, fair play. I wasn't even born then. I wasn't born then. Right? Yeah, I'm not that old.
Yeah, it's your 40th today, mate.
I'm not 160, but yeah, fair play. Let's put it in context. Yeah, I don't like when Arsenal get bantered off about they don't do fuck all. Yeah. I could go into a big one here, but I'm not going to. But the fact of the matter is, all you fans out there, and I love you all, and I do, Chelsea and all that, yeah, but Spurs and all that, come back to me with a good argument to tell me when you can change that history, because you can't. Liverpool did in the 80s, 70s, 80s, fair play, right? But let's get it fucking right. I will not take any shit from any fucking person out there and tell me that Chelsea are a bigger club than Arsenal. Ain't gonna happen. You ain't. Sorry, Lee. You can say what you like, and Kenny, and Afsal and Chig, you might disagree with me, but sorry.
I actually totally disagree with you, but it's my opinion. It's your opinion. We're pals. We're here to have the conversation. Yeah. I just think my side, before I come to Chig, is that history is a massive factor, and we all know the history of this football club, hence why we all sat on this podcast together. We all know the history. Yeah, we all know that we're a massive football club. But for me personally, I just think that when they've won, they had already won more in Europe before Abramovich. They were always there or thereabouts without ever crossing the line. Do you know what they were before Abramovich? They were Arsenal. Right now, they were the nearly team. They'd nearly get in the Champions League. They'd nearly get a trophy. They'd nearly do this. They'd nearly do that. They were nearly good. They'd get the odd victory against a big team and everyone would get gassed, and then they'd just be shit again and sell the fucking bridge and cars parked around the stadium. As soon as Abramovich come in, and thank fuck he went to that lot, not Tottenham, because he was going to buy Tottenham. And then you see Stamford Bridge. Thank God he went there. But do you know what? even saying that, Kenny, I think you've said this before. If Chelsea was in North London, would our fans be so happy about Chelsea winning everything? I'm sure it was you that said that to me before. I don't think they would be. But because it's West London postcode and not North London postcode, it's, is yours gold? That's all we ever come out with. And for me, we're in a moment now where these owners have got a saying like, right, we've just seen that lot win another Champions League. We smashed the stadium down to move here. We either compete or we fucking just tell everyone we can't compete and we lower the prices and everyone can make their minds up. But like, Chig, let me come to you, mate. What's your thoughts on this? Obviously, you've heard some very passionate rants from Kenny and Jez. Where do you sit on this, mate? You're on mute. Chig's gone to sleep.
Is he sleeping?
I don't know. He's on mute. Chig, where you at?
Sorry, I didn't realise that was to me.
Yeah, come on.
Sorry, I'll say them.
I said you've heard Kenny and Jez speak very passionately about Chelsea being better than us, but currently not bigger than us. Yeah, obviously we've got a bigger history. They've got a bigger recent history. But where do you sit with it? Who do you think?
Longevity is greatness, isn't it? And they have to prove that they can do it over a sustained period of time.
Yeah.
Or to show that they are a bigger club. But are they better than us in every aspect? Absolutely. Do they do business the way I hope my club do? Absolutely. They run their club the way that I fantasize my club does. Absolutely. And I don't see there being a bad thing to say about that. I think people look at it and say, oh, if you say that, then somehow there's something wrong with you. Let me tell you something. I'd rather be in Chelsea's position, celebrating the Champions League, an FA Cup final, all right, it didn't go well, but they at least got to the damn final. They got to top four, and they got to go to win the Champions League. Give me that position than me trying to justify why maybe we should stick with Mikel Arteta mysteriously for 6 months because he led us to 8th position again. Do you know what I mean? It's the most pathetic, it's the most Arsenal situation to be in. You know, that we're here twiddling our thumbs, arguing with each other about why 8th may not be all that bad if our owner spends. No, how about you sack the manager that got you there because he's proven that he's not good enough to get you any further. That's just a quick off the top of my head solution. What do you reckon?
Mate, I listen, I totally agree with you, Cheek. Like this manager is a fraud. Yeah, every single one of us knew that before he got the job. Yeah, all 5 of us sat here right now, and a lot of people in the chat agreed that this guy was going to be out of his depth. When we won the FA Cup, Chig, we did the live stream on the watch along, and I was like, I had people in the chat going, "Oh, he's proved you wrong." I said, "Listen, you ain't ruining the shine, mate. The FA Cup ain't fooling me. I'll enjoy it. It ain't fooling me." All of us said that. We fast forward. Do you know what? Chelsea in the last 15 years is exactly what we smashed fucking Highbury down for. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was what we were moving to the Emirates for. So the recent 15-year history.
Forget Chelsea. I'd have taken Leicester's success.
Oh, all day long.
Give me Leicester's success.
A Premier League and an FA Cup over 4 Premier League, over 4 FA Cups all day long.
Let's not be even too greedy about it. Give me Leicester's success, and then all those people that come out and say, "Oh, well, you know, we're making that gradual process. You can see it." Oh, cool. I completely agree. I'm on that front line with you making that argument because Leicester are well on their way to overtaking us. On their way. If not, they're ahead of us already. So yeah, I mean, you're completely right. I mean, Chelsea are what Ivan the Weasel promised, is that we would be them. We would overtake them, get into Champions Leagues, win Champions Leagues, be consistent. And I don't see it ever happening because I think you have a fan base that's so used to the way we do things that doing anything different would seem foreign. And this idea that, oh well, we're not in the same position as Chelsea. I tell you what, why not for once act like a different team than Arsenal, and let's see if it produces different results. Because the way we do stuff certainly is not producing the correct result.
No, 100%. And mate, listen, do you know what a massive part of this comes down to before I come to Afsal? Our fucking fan base. Our fan base. Because do you know what? Big up to Chelsea, because their fans don't take shit. Yeah, their fans do not accept it. Lampard who? Lampard what? Yeah. Is anyone crying about Lampard? Oh, sorry, my apologies, Rory. Big up to Rory.
Mate, even Rory was crying yesterday. And trust me, you don't remember Lampard's name. Trust.
Yeah, and this is the thing, and this is why. Do you know what? I've never met him. I've never spoke to him. Yeah, and people are going to take the piss because I say this all the time. I'm sure he's a lovely fella, but I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I've never spoke to him, but I remember seeing a video that particular person posted about, oh, Roman, you're a disgrace. Without Roman Abramovich, they wouldn't have won what they've won in the last 15 years. Let's just have that right. Yeah, 17 years it is now, actually. Yeah, let's just have that right. But at the same time, every single Arsenal fan that is crying about Stan Kroenke 17 years ago didn't want a Roman Abramovich. Yeah, they didn't want the sugar daddy. They wanted to be the classy football club under Arsene Wenger that was going to do it on net spend and do it the proper way. Now, fast forward 17 years, everyone's realised, oh, well, that ain't worked, so let's get a sugar daddy. If anyone thinks that we're going to sack these billionaires off and get other billionaires in that are going to spend and throw billions at it, them days are gone, mate. Them days are done and dusted with the PSGs, the Man Cities and the Chelseas. That ain't ever happening again. So the only way to do it is hire the right people in the right positions. And unfortunately, this lot couldn't run a piss up in a fucking pub.
Exactly. I mean, you're seeing teams already securing signings, like Liverpool just confirmed Canute, who is going to be a bad man defender. You watch.
Yeah.
He's such a good defender, right?
Yeah, Leicester signs Samari.
You see what I'm saying? Meanwhile, what are we doing again? Twiddling on our thumbs. Doesn't matter how many players say, oh, they'll still join Arsenal no matter the fact that they're not in Europe. Arsenal twiddling their thumbs.
And we'll probably sign somebody on a free.
Yeah. We don't act quick enough. We're not decisive enough. We're just not. We're not built that way to be a success.
But that all comes from two things, right? Number one, it comes from the fan base putting pressure on the club instead of sitting all over social media saying, "Oh, but he's won a trophy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's second since Christmas." How about say he's crap and sack him? Yeah. The more the social media team at Arsenal sees that, the more they think, well, actually, shit, we better get rid of him here. Yeah, Chelsea fans are ruthless. Yeah, they are ruthless. But that's
by the way, just quickly on a separate note, I need to get Giroud to play the lottery for me. That guy keeps winning stuff ever since he left Arsenal.
Mate, he's had a better career at Chelsea than he's had at Arsenal. Let's just get that right. Yeah, he has. He's won a Europa League. He's won
Champions
League, and I think he's won
FA Cup.
FA Cup. Yeah. There you go. Let me come to you, Afsal. What do you make of it? Obviously, you've heard what the other three guys have said. What do you think? Do you think Chelsea are bigger than us, or do you just think they're better?
All right. Historically, are Chelsea bigger than us? No chance. Historically, goes back to the late 1890s, by the way. That's what I mean by historically. Are Chelsea bigger than us? Of course not, because if you look at trophy counts, it's actually 30 to 25 overall. We've won 13 leagues. They've won 6 leagues. We won 14 FA Cups. They've won 8 FA Cups. I know European trophies is 6-1. So at the end of the day, right, history means your overall trophy count, and we're 5 ahead of them. So historically, yes, we're bigger. No. I'm not including Charity Shields.
That's without.
I don't include Charity Shields. Okay. Yeah, we're 30 to 25, excluding Charity Shields and Super Cups and stuff. Is 30 to 25. Okay, so historically we're bigger than us. Currently, are Chelsea better than us? Yes. Currently, are Chelsea bigger than us? Yes. Currently, do Chelsea act bigger than us? Yes. Simple as that. If you like, okay. I'm 27 years old, so I've been supporting Arsenal since 1999. Since 1999, who's won more trophies? Chelsea. Who's been better? Chelsea. Who's done more things? Chelsea. So are they better than us right now? Yeah, 100%. And are they acting bigger than us? And in fact, are they bigger than us right now? Yes, they are. Right now, they currently are. Because since we last won a title, they've won 5 Premier League titles, 2 Europa Leagues, and 2 Champions Leagues. So in the last 17 years, they've dominated. So it's really like there's a counter argument to it. You know, I'm putting two sides of the thing because historically, history means you go back from when football started, and we've won more titles, we've won more trophies, more FA Cups. But right now, if you had to ask the random person on the street who is bigger, and they'd all say Chelsea because, you know what I mean? That you're talking about right now. When you're talking about the present, you look at the last 15, 20 years, and they've won all the league titles, they've won all the Champions Leagues and whatnot. In the next 10, 20 years, could it change? Because for me, I go by trophies. Simple as that when you're talking about bigger. And right now, they're 5 behind us. That could change in the next 10, 15 years. You know, they could
Probably
overtake
the
us
next 5
easily.
years.
But it could be. But at the moment, I would say no, simply because... yeah, I know people will say we won 5 league titles in the 1930s, and we won 8 overall before 1971. But that's part of history at the end of the day. You know, whether it's 1930s, 1920s, just as Jez said, it's still part of history. So there's a counter argument to that. Like I said, since 2004, they've been miles better than us, and I don't see that gap changing anytime soon. They've got better players. They've got better manager than us, and they have done for years and years, and I don't see it changing anytime soon, unfortunately. But yeah, it is now what it is. But I'd also want to say something. You know, since 2016 net spent, we've actually spent 56 more million pounds on them.
Yeah, I've been telling everyone this, and everyone's going, "Oh,
2016.
you're chatting rubbish." I've been telling everyone this for time,
Listen,
bruv.
you're not chatting rubbish because we've spent, we are number 5 in the world since 2016 in net spend. The only teams that have net spent more than us is Man City, Man U, PSG, and Barcelona. We're number 5. Chelsea are number 8. Liverpool are number 17, just to let you know. And West Ham and 16, and Brighton are 13. So even Brighton and West Ham have had higher net spend than Liverpool. Wow. 2016. Yeah, net spend wise. That doesn't mean
I've been telling everyone that for time that we spend more than Chelsea out there.
Chelsea have spent more than us since 2016, but our net spend has been more than them.
But when you think, when you think about that they sold Hazard for 100 million, they sold Morata for 50 million.
That's what I'm saying. Courtois,
they sell other players for 30 million.
Courtois, Morata, Hazard. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the difference with us is they got whatever 100 million or so for Hazard, whereas we got 0 million for Sanchez. So the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool have been really clever in the transfer market. So for example, we've sold our superstars, our so-called superstars, for nothing in the past 5 years. You look at our big player names in the last 5 years, and you say who are Arsenal's big. I'm not talking about best players. I'm talking about big names wise, big players. Ozil, Sanchez. How much did we get for them? 0, right? Ozil, Sanchez, Ramsey. I'm talking about names wise. When you look at Ozil's
0 for all 3 of them.
We got £0 for all 3 of them. You look at who are Liverpool's big player names in the past 3 years. You look at Coutinho. I'm just naming one. 140 million. Yeah, 100 Oxlade-Chamberlain, 35 million. Right. You look at Chelsea's Morata, 50 million, Hazard, whatever, 80, 100 million, whatever it was.
Who's the kid that's gone on loan? Who's the kid that's gone on loan to Italy? The centre back. He's 35 million if they want to buy him.
Yeah, exactly. So these guys have thought well. So now they've sold all that money. They can afford to buy the top players with that money, and that's not money generating from the owners. That's money they've used to sell players. What did Liverpool do with the 140 million? They bought the arguably the best centre back in the world and one of the best keepers in the world. What have Chelsea done with that Hazard money? Oh, they bought you'd say they bought Havertz, they bought Chilwell, they bought Werner. You know, they spent. You know, these guys have spent sensibly. We haven't spent sensibly. Unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why we're falling behind each season. And next season, I can tell you straight, the top 4 will stay the same. It's as simple as that.
Oh, 100%.
The top four will stay the same. No one's breaking this top four. Who's gonna win it? You know what? It's impossible to say now. You got to wait until the transfer window closes, and injuries also play a big
Whoever
part.
signs a top draw striker out of Chelsea and Man City win it next season.
And Liverpool. Yeah, I think that as well. I honestly think it's going to be a 3-horse race between the 3 top managers in the league: Tuchel, Klopp, and Guardiola. But like you said, whoever signs that top striker, because for me, Chelsea, all they're lacking is a number 9. Because Werner, he's good, but he's not a goal scorer. He's more of like a Firmino type player. He's not going to get you 20 goals, but he'll create a lot. So Chelsea need a striker. Man City need a striker because at the moment they're playing KDB or Bernardo false 9. They need a striker. Even Liverpool need a striker because Firmino ain't going to get you 15, 20 goals. All 3 of those top clubs need a striker. Like you said, whoever...
but you've forgotten Man United. Let's not forget the season Man United.
Let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something. The reason why United aren't going to... I'm not saying that they might compete, but the reason why they won't win it is because of the manager. Yeah, they've got top players in Cavani, Bruno, Pogba, but at the end of the day,
if they sign Sancho, then what will happen is that they'll be able to stretch
you need a top... I think you need a top manager. I think you need
a top manager. Ollie ain't good enough. But listen, lads, we could go with this all night.
Ollie will get you top 4. Look, if Ollie will get you your top 4 next year, you've got your player. Ollie will get you top 4, but is he going to win a title? I don't think so.
No, big up to everyone who's watched live. Listen, we're going to have to wrap this up because I wanted to do an hour and we've gone over, yeah? But listen, real ones, man. Every single person in the chat has been lit. Thank you for all your kind comments. Whether you like it, hate it, whether you're against some of the people on the panel's views or not, listen, you've all kept it civil. You ain't been dickheads with it. So thank you very much. Jez, happy birthday to you, my friend. I love you to bits. Yeah, and thank you for coming on your birthday. And listen, I genuinely always rate your opinions, mate. Always. Like, you know a lot more about this football club than I'll ever know, mate. So always nice to have you on, Jez.
Mate, it's an honour to come on. I love being on with Kenny and Chig and Afzal. It's been an honour, and thank you for inviting me onto your panel.
Always, mate.
Yeah, it's been a great debate tonight. Sorry if I got into a debate.
Nah, don't apologise, mate. Listen, you don't have to...
Can I just say something? Like I said, Jez, like you're older school than us, like the likes of me, and so obviously I've been only watching football since 1999. So in my mind, it's going to be 1999. Who's the bigger club? Obviously Chelsea. Whereas in your mind, it's going to be since 1970 or 1965. Who's going to be the bigger or better club? So I get where you're coming from. I really do.
Exactly.
Afzal, thank you, mate. I appreciate that.
No, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, because we all have different mindsets, obviously, because we're all born in different years. So it just depends.
And that's it. It's all subjective to when you were born. If you were born in 2004, then you're going to say Chelsea.
Obviously, Arsenal aren't even a big club at all. Exactly.
The thing is, I'm going to have a final say.
Go on, mate.
You're going to hate me for it. And I don't care what anybody says. It's my fucking birthday. There's nobody in London bigger than Arsenal.
You tell them, Jez.
You tell them.
Stick it up your fucking arse if you don't like it.
Go on, Jez. You can do whatever you want on your birthday, mate. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. Kenny, thank you as well. Always like talking to you, my friend.
You know, I'm just going to say one quick thing, right? It is possible to have a podcast where everyone has different opinions and it's heated. That's what people watch for. We don't podcasts where everyone gets along and it's some sort of get along society. There's a reason why certain podcasts don't branch out in terms of who they get to watch it. It's braver to branch out and be yourselves than being safe where everyone gets along and everyone's going to like you and say nice things about you. Just saying.
Well said, Kenny.
Kenny, love you, man. Because you say it as I say it, and Chicken says it, and Afzal says it, and Lee says it.
Love you too,
that
mate.
Why you're fucking real one.
Real ones.
Exactly. Mate, listen, at the end of the day, I couldn't care less whether people like me or not. I've got friends.
It's very clicky.
Yeah.
In the YouTube world.
Go on, Chig.
It's very clicky in the YouTube world. So
You sound miles away from your mic now.
sorry, it's very clicky the YouTube world. So people
100%.
use their platform to emphasize that. That's what that is.
No, 100%. And listen, make sure you follow collins.jez. His link is in the description. Go and follow him on Instagram, man. And you can look at his lovely Jaguar on his Insta. Jez, upload more. Yeah. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken.
I've got, mate, I've got to work out how to do it. I've got to get my daughter
Jez,
to.
I'll walk you through it. It's no drama. It's easy to upload. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Twitter and Insta. Link in the description as well. Chig, make sure you follow his channel. Chig, any final thoughts real quick? Thanks for coming on, buddy. Appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me on, man. I'm gonna do a couple of shows this week. I'm hoping to still leave for an hour or two to do my own season review on Thursday. So he doesn't know that, but he now does. So look out for that, and just keep an eye out for my shows. Unit Eagle Eye. Make sure you subscribe.
There you go. Link in the description. Afsal doesn't want to be followed by anyone other than Emily. Emily knows who she is. So does Afsal.
By no one.
We're gonna get him in trouble.
Lee, is the next show gonna be about the Euros? Next week or
question. I have no idea what it's going to be. Brother, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone the next show. I don't even know what I'm doing in an hour. All I do know is I've got a bottle of Corona in the kitchen with a little bowl.
Afsal's come up with a good idea. We could talk about the England squad and slag off Southgate. So
exactly.
Yeah, I think that'll be the best one because the squad's coming out.
What do you think I said right at the very beginning of this show? I said, all of you guys will do this for the Euros. We've got watchalongs coming up. I'm bringing them back for the Euros. And it'll be collabed watchalongs.
Yeah, because Club Talk's going to be done. Club Talk's going to be gone for Euros,
Yeah, come on. And we can do fan cams and all sorts for the Euros. It's going to be lit, bruv. But Afsal doesn't want to be followed on Insta because he hasn't got it, or any other socials. He's got a nice peaceful life. He don't need you lot hotting him up every day. So listen, Afsal, any final thoughts before we wrap this up, mate?
Nah, thanks for having me on. It was good to chat with all four of you once again.
Nah, come on. Big up to everyone. Listen, I'll be back again tomorrow. 3 uploads tomorrow. There'll be recorded uploads. I'm enjoying chilling, if I'm honest, because the season's been flat out. It's been boring. It's been stressful, and I've worked my nuts off all season. And I appreciate every one of you guys on the panel that have helped me out and come on. Appreciate all you guys in the chat that have helped me out with your relentless comments. You guys are mad. So I am actually enjoying not doing lives at the moment, but they will be back as soon as the Euros start. So I'm enjoying uploading videos so I can do them all in one hit. And I can have the rest of the day to myself. But listen, thank you very much. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. We're out of here. And don't forget, Arteta